You know how it feels to have those extremely productive days during which you can do anything, work for hours and conquer the world. But you also know how it feels to have those lazy days when no matter how hard you try, you cannot do anything. Why can't I be productive every day?
You can. Let me show you how.
You're gonna wake up at 7 AM, put your shoes on, go outside, warm up for at least 5 minutes because you just woke up, and you're gonna start your day with 30 minutes of cardio.
Oh Igor, but I can't do such high intensity cardio right after waking up. Now, of course you can, man. You just gotta stop being a bitch.
I do cardio every morning. Usually it's jumping the rope because unlike running it's not boring as you can do some tricks. Sometimes instead of jumping the rope I go for a run, but it only happens when I feel like I'm gonna carry the boats that day.
So like the reason why you wanna do cardio in the morning is very simple. It wakes you up, it gives you energy for the rest of the day, and most importantly it sets a proper mood for the rest of the day, because rather than just scrolling through social media in the morning like a geek, you wake up and you immediately know that you're gonna carry the boats.
Since you've just finished your cardio, you wanna lay down for a few minutes, relax,
And get up, man. All you need now is a cold shower.
I've been taking cold showers for over 600 days now, and the most important thing when it comes to staying consistent is not using too much willpower on it. You may know that your willpower is like a battery, and using like 50% of it every morning just to take a shower is stupid. That's why you wanna take a cold shower after exercising, because it feels good. It feels good because you're all warmed up and sweaty, so naturally you wanna cool yourself down. Once you're all clean and fresh, you're gonna sit down to a healthy breakfast.
I think it's the perfect time for me to tell you why routines are important. Whether you're like me, an ambitious teenager working to make his dreams of living a meaningful life come true, or an adult working on their own business or freelancing, you're familiar with the freedom of having no boss. You get to wake up whenever you want, do whatever you want, and how much you work is only up to you. While it may sound fun, it often becomes a nightmare. If you are working a job, no matter if you feel like it or not, you just have to show up, so you do it. But if you are your own boss, then if you don't feel like it, you can procrastinate on your phone all day. Summer holidays have just started, and it means that I'm free 24/7 and I cannot let myself waste this time. So to make the most out of it, I decided to develop this maximum productivity routine. In Notion, I created a page called Daily Routine in which I outlined the routine by writing down specific time slots and activities that I wanted to do. There are also some rules. I cannot use social media or anything distracting until lunch. I am allowed to finish work 30 minutes earlier to work out. I am allowed to take 2 days off each week, and if I feel healthy, I can work with no days off. So here's how the routine looks. There's work time, free time, basic needs time, and mind time. Now, so that you know how my routine looks like, you can start jerking off and watch the rest of the video.
At 8:30, you're gonna divide work sessions and free time even more by scheduling tasks and setting clear goals. And while it may seem like an obvious thing to do for work, you may be wondering, why would you schedule your free time?
Listen bro, this is what I learned from this book. If you never let your mind wander, then your days are going to be much more fulfilled. Because if you let it, then you're gonna start doing some stupid shit like jerking off to your favorite YouTuber's video. Seriously, if you let your mind do whatever it wants to do, then you may just end up scrolling through social media all evening, and that's why I think you should schedule your free time too.
Your first deep work session starts at 8:45 AM, and what exactly does deep work session mean? The most important part is being undistracted, so no email, no phone, no music, and complete silence, which transfers to focus sharper than my jawline. What I like to use to my advantage, especially during the first deep work session when I usually script my videos, which requires an insane level of creative thinking, is what's called deep work's grand gesture. It may sound like you have to make a sacrifice to the god of deep work, but it's just about changing your environment.
How does coming here make me more focused on my work? It's because I engage more. It's the same reason why soy motherfuckers take their laptops to Starbucks to work. To help you understand the point, I will give you a different example. If you work out at home, then it's easy to give up when you feel sore or tired. But if you work out at the gym, you won't just enter the gym, go like, oh, I'm tired today, so fuck it, I will go home. That won't happen because you put too much effort into commuting to the gym in the first place, then entering, paying for the membership, and all that makes you not want to give up so easily. And the same thing goes with deep work. I could just sit behind my desk, but it would be much easier to give up than it is now, since I already put in the effort to get here, and it was a lot of effort to go downstairs.
After first 2 hours of work, your 1 hour long break starts. Get yourself something to eat, try to keep it small and healthy, because you may get lazy if you eat too much. Then dedicate the next 45 minutes of your break to mindfulness. At 11 o'clock you're gonna start journaling, mainly gratitude journaling. It goes like this: I'm grateful for because. Write down as many things as you can, because it will make you notice the positive aspects of your life, and it's cool to be happy, you know?
It's not difficult for you to think negatively about your life, is it? Your mind just automatically comes up with different reasons for you to think that your life is shit, but let me tell you that most often we suffer only in our head. I want you to pause the video literally right now and think of 5 things which you're grateful for. Your life isn't as shit as you thought, is it?
Another thing is that journaling is the best form of solving problems and therapy. You get to be 100% honest and talk to yourself without looking schizophrenic. More often than not, you know answers to your problems, you just have to think about them for a second. If you can write your problem down, then it's already 50% solved. For the last 10 minutes of your break, you're gonna meditate to get ready for the next deep work session. Sit comfortably with a straight back, close your eyes, breathe deeply and put 100% of your focus on your breath. Sometimes your thoughts are gonna wander, but that's exactly what meditation is about. Whenever you get distracted by your thoughts and then put your focus back on your breath, that's like a rep in the gym. That's how you train your mind.
To be honest, I hadn't been journaling and meditating for like 8 months in a row because I was like, oh, I'm mindful anyway, I don't need it. But I recently got back to it and now I noticed how much I was missing out because of my ego. It is actually much easier for me to focus for longer periods of time and I'm not overthinking at all, which is why I implemented this mind training time in this routine.
11:45 AM, the break is over and you're going to sit down to your second deep work session. The reason I split deep work into 2 sessions is because beginners tend to be able to work deeply in a very focused state for around 1 hour a day, while very advanced people up to 4 hours a day. Getting 4 hours of focused work straight is impossible for me, I'm just not that advanced yet. That's why I try getting 2 hours of focused work 2 times per day. It's important to do it at the same time every day because then it's not going to cost you too much willpower.
Another thing I want you to do every time you sit down to deep work is focus on lead measures and not lag measures. I know that's some difficult vocabulary, so let me explain it to you. Lag measures describe the thing that you're ultimately trying to improve. For me, I want to post 11 YouTube videos this summer. The problem is that lag measures come too late to change your behavior. At the end of summer, I won't be able to go back in time and post more videos. Lead measures, on the other hand, focus on behaviors that drive success on lag measures. A good example is the speed at which I write my YouTube video scripts. I set a goal to write around 150 words per 10 minutes, so if I write too slow, then I can change my behavior in the process. Focus on those lead measures when you're working and you will see that you can produce things that actually change the world. You know, deep work is very important when it comes to producing valuable things, and that's why it is very important for me, because I want to get you out of the shitty life that you're living, buddy.
It's hard getting 4 hours of undistracted focus every day, but after I'm done with it, it's time for lunch and I reward myself for all the focused work by watching YouTube. What a great reward, isn't it? Lunch break is 45 minutes long to get some more rest before the final work session of the day. 2:30 PM and this time shallow work session starts. What's the difference between shallow and deep work? Deep work is completely distraction free, but this time I start by checking my email for any brand deals or other stuff I gotta reply. Then I usually post something on social media, which also makes me vulnerable to different distractions. Of course my tasks vary each day, but during this time I generally do tasks that are less demanding cognitively, like taking photos, filming videos, or even online coaching. Set the hardest and the most demanding tasks for the first session of deep work. Also very important, but a little bit less difficult tasks for the second session of deep work, and everything else for the shallow work session.
After working deeply for 4 hours, you are going to be tired. Like, let's be honest, sometimes it's difficult to last even 10 minutes, so don't expect any life-changing productions during this session.
After shallow work session finishes at 5 p.m, you're not allowed to do anything work-related. No checking analytics, no emails, no work at all, because then it's time for you to enjoy life, have fun and recharge. Around 4 times per week you're going to finish work 30 minutes earlier and do strength training. The reason I work out in my free time is very simple, it's just that my life is so boring that this is the most exciting part of my day. Nah, just kidding, I'm not a geek, bro. You're gonna come back home 8:30 p.m. and eat dinner with your family. Before going to sleep, I want you to read a book for an hour. This habit is going to allow you to read around 1 book per week or 2, depending on how fast you read. Reading is the last part of the day, the last brain exercise that will help you chill out and fall asleep faster. It took me a week to read this book, and the knowledge I gained from it was so life-changing that I just had to share it with you. And if it wasn't for this book, then I wouldn't have developed this routine, so yeah, that's why reading is so important.
I want you to remember that this routine is not only about being productive every day, but also healthy and happy in general. Of course, you can switch it up a little to make it suit your lifestyle more, but if you're a beginner, then it's definitely useful to have this outline. I dare you to try it out for 1 week, then come back to this video and tell me how you feel. Of course, this routine gives you short-term results, but it is more important for long-term success. But if you want to do something quickly with your life, then you have to watch this video because it's going to give you results instantly. Now, bro, it's 10:30. It's finally time to stop jerking off and go to sleep.